Hey GlamFam, Linwood here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a line of products that I've been using for about a month and a half now that I really think is actually a really good line, and I wanted to share with you. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be reviewing the entire line. There are two products in the line which I'm not a fan of, and I'll share those with you as well, but let's go ahead and dive down into it, and I'll briefly describe some of the products to you. Now, starting off, just so you know, the line is called the darn it, this always happens to me. The Argan and Macadamia line. It's supposed to be for dry and damaged hair. I would agree. You know, I like the line and I feel like it's worked really well for my hair, for my girl's hair, and for Allison's hair. This one has agreed with everyone's hair in the house for the most part, with the exception of those two products I just don't like. At any rate, let's go ahead and jump on into this. So the line comes with a shampoo like this here. It comes with a conditioner, which we're almost out of. CoWash here, which surprisingly we still have a pretty good amount of this one. A leave-in conditioner, a deep conditioning mask like this one here, which I just used today, so it's a little wet. Same with the shampoo. Edge control, as well as a hair oil. It's honestly a silicone, but okay. Let's go ahead and dive on into it just briefly on each of the products. Now, the shampoo is sulfate free, but it does get your hair clean and it feels like it removes buildup, things like that. I still wouldn't classify it as the same degree of clean that you get from a sulfate-based shampoo, especially considering some of the other attributes of these products that I don't care for in the line, but we'll get there, okay? Just give me a minute. That being said, the shampoo is pretty good. You don't experience a ton of slip and things like that with it. This one is primarily for cleansing without really stripping the hair, but if you have tangle prone hair, this one is not going to be at the top of your list of shampoos. So I'm not trying to knock it, but I am trying to say if you have very tangle prone hair, this one is not going to help out with detangling like some other shampoos I've reviewed before. It is still a quality shampoo in my opinion though. Now the conditioner, which we're rather low on because we have a lot of hair in this household and we have a lot of thirsty heads in this household, the conditioner works really nicely. It leaves the hair feeling moisturized and soft. It gives a little bit of slip in there, like I say about a medium level of slip. So you're not gonna feel like you're gonna slip and die down a flight of stairs, but it does give enough slip and condition to the hair to where you can feel a notable and noticeable difference when the hair has finished being loved on. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about the CoWash. This is one of my favorite products in this line, and the reason why is not because like, oh, get your hair clean, this and that, blah blah blah. Like CoWash, you guys know how I feel about CoWash. I feel like it's for an in-between shampoo situation. I don't use it as a primary method of cleansing. If you do, that's on you. Watch some of my other videos and you'll understand why I feel the way that I feel. However, space, if you are looking for slip, this is the product in the line. The CoWash, amazing. Absolutely love it for the factor of slip. There have been a couple times where I've shampooed and then used this as a conditioner just because I wanted the slip factor that this one here gave me. I feel like in terms of slip, this one is a little bit higher in there. And then I will say, I noticed that even though I could still feel like oil buildup, things like that on my scalp, after using it, like when I'm using it in between shampoos, I will say I was able to stretch in between shampoos a little bit longer than I traditionally would with a regular co-wash. And I think it's primarily because it's so moisturizing that my scalp was not getting dry and itchy like it usually would with another product. From there, we have the leave-in conditioner. This one here is another one of my favorites in the line, and it's literally the only thing in my hair right now. I have 3 pumps of leave-in for my entire head, and honestly, usually I use more than that in it, but I wanted you guys to see, like with minimal product, how my hair looks with this line. This is after deep conditioning with the mask, just so that way you guys kind of know how well it's moisturizing. I do not have any oils, no other styling products, no gels, anything like that in my hair. This is with just shampooing, using the deep conditioning mask. I didn't even use it like a standard deep conditioner. I use it like a regular conditioner, and then I put in a little bit, 3 pumps of the leave-in conditioner, and this is how it left my hair. It's very soft, very movable. It doesn't feel dry or crunchy at all. So honestly, if I was looking for something simple in terms of wash and go without any crunch whatsoever, this product line has been great for that, especially because there's not a gel in the line. Like, this is basically all wet line, with the exception of 2 products. So yeah, the deep conditioning mask says it is for dry and damaged hair as well. Now this one here, dry hair, sure. Damaged hair, I believe it does have some protein in it, but you can definitely feel the aspect of moisture more than you can for protein. Now I will say, just for the sake of transparency on this one works really well on everyone in our house except for Alexandria, which Alexandria has that sandy brown, high porosity, very thirsty hair, and for some reason this just kind of sat on the surface of her hair, whereas like with myself, with Zelina, and with Allison, it absorbed in. For some reason with Alexandria, this one here just didn't quite agree. This is incredibly thick. It is a conditioning mask, so it is not going anywhere. Like, you can still see my finger stuff in there from this morning. It's not budging. This stuff is super, super thick. So I will say it's very easy to use a lot of it, but that's what I like out of a deep conditioning mask. I want it to be super thick and rich and creamy because it's just how a mask is supposed to be. Usually, even though the product is thick though, typically the molecular size of the product is a bit smaller and it allows it to penetrate deeper into the hair. So that's the difference between standard conditioners and conditioning masks. With conditioning masks, you're able to get even more of a benefit out of them because the molecular size of them is smaller. From there, we have the hair oil, and I'll be honest with you, I've used this for twist outs. I've tried to use it for all sorts of stuff. I just don't like it. It left my hair feeling like there was buildup on there. It's rather thick. It comes in a glass bottle, and it's a dark glass bottle, so I'm sure that's probably for some reasoning in terms of like trying to make sure that you are maintaining this as well as possible for whatever natural oils may be in here as well. But it is primarily silicone, and I just feel like getting my hands greasy and touching on a bottle that is glass just leads to more issues for accidents, things like that. On top of that, I just didn't really care for the performance of this one. It looked great going on, and then my hair didn't have any shine later. It didn't have any humidity control for my twist out or my braid out. It just didn't do a lot for me in terms of this. So to me, honestly, this one here was a bit underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. This was really underwhelming. This is my least favorite product in the entire line. Edge control, now, disclaimer, I'm not a fan of edge control. I feel like edge controls are consistently that person that is like, girl, I got your back, I'm gonna do this and that, I'm your ride or die, blah blah blah. They jump you, they gonna jump me too, we about to fight them off. And if you get jumped, they over here talking about world star. Afterwards, they want to talk about something, oh well, I was gonna help you, but I didn't even realize you was getting beat up. Like, you were the one filming. The edge control on my hair worked nicely. It does not leave it oily or flaky, which it says on the thing here. It doesn't leave it oily or flaky. It did give me a good hold. It says it lasts, what, 24 hours? Yes, it says it has 24 hours hold. Didn't give me 24 hours, but I'd say maybe 18. So, you know, considering that I don't try to sleep in any way cute, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a win on that portion there. However, space, I noticed that on my hair, it doesn't take a ton because I don't care about a little bit of flyaways, and usually if I'm using any sort of edge control, it's primarily right in here because this is where my hair tends to go crazy the most. I don't slather my edges down. I'm not for laying them all over my face. I'm not trying to use it as a gel. And if I want a gel, I use a gel. That being said, this one here worked pretty well for my hair. Now, I use it on Zelina, who has hair similar to mine, and her hair is a little bit more fine than mine is, so it needed a bit more in order to do the job. I did notice on hers, it began to get a little bit milky in terms of color, so it did start to turn white, and you could just see it on the hair. However, space with my daughter, Alexandria, she has a little bit more of a coarse texture of hair. It's a lot more thirsty, and it rises up. It likes to overtake and be like, oh no, not today. So when it did that, we were like, okay, we're gonna need some more product on here. That being said, this product on Alexandria's head turned about as white as my ashy ankles in wintertime when they've seen no sun whatsoever.
Wow, his feet biblically ashy, like he'd been rubbing them on one of the 10 Commandment tablets.
That being said, no, it didn't flake, no, it didn't turn greasy, which is surprising because almost every edge control I've ever tried has always turned greasy, but it does have a tendency to turn white. Now, on their side here, I will say it did not turn white like a lot of other edge controls I've seen, where it's just like, girl, you got something in your head.
Hold on. I'm better than you.
But I will say it did begin to turn white in Zelina's hair, and it was noticeably white in Alexandria's hair. Save this product and the hair oil, I would say the whole line is amazing. This one here, if you like edge control and you're not going crazy with it, I would say it's fine. The hair oil, I need them to reformulate that. So that's my thoughts on the line. Let me know what you think on its performance here. And until next time, you guys, take care, God bless, and stay glam. You know I love you, boo. Bye.